Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now! 180! 180, we're good, we're good! 180!
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Express!
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
What down? 185.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Williams. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Down. 180.
Check, 55, Mike. Time to go, night. Tighten up.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, 31 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
From the end zone, Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Motion. Hey, check motion man.
Watson on first down. Open man, the tight end fouls. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Texans football to start quarter 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Stay with your man. I got you, baby. I got you.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Watson, flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Let's go, baby. Return up. Get that ball. Get that. Line up. 59. Line up.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 8 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. I can't say that's something you see often, but it worked out for them. Tie game. They try to get the ball back, and they do.
You know, when I was a kid, my dad used to give me a lot of tales about this guy called Old Mo. I never knew who Old Mo was. Now I do. It's Old Momentum, and they want to keep riding it.
Old Mo. Is that a true story?
True story.
I love your pops. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Reset. 19.
Check. No. Let's get it together, defense.
Now on second and 16, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Watson. And he's got Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-lib.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is third and 4. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. This is caught. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A give the first man through Gillespie, the fullback. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second and goal from the 1.
Switch it. Rush in.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's the fullback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
Texans 14, Raiders 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 72 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's able to get up here to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And it's getting it home. Me, I got motion man. Me, 54. Kill. Turn it up.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Watson now to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. To throw is Watson from the gun on third down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. From midfield, here's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Throw from Carr complete to Renfro. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 19.
Carr now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. To throw is Carr. His throw incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Running is Jacobs. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Boy, it's only a 1-score game. 3rd quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken short, and they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. This is Miller, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he finds Stills, complete. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. Watson now to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First down, Houston.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Houston.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now Carr. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
To throw is Watson. He's going to sling this deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Here's Watson, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Team for the Raiders able to secure it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, Those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.